There are a lot of fallacies, but I would like to talk about 3 of them that might be common with your writing: hasty generalization, appeal to pity, and bandwagon fallacy. Hasty generalization is when you make assumptions about a whole group or range based on a sample that is inadequate, usually because it's typical or too small. It can also look like stereotyping. An example would be, rich people are snobs. Appeal to pity is when an arguer tries to get people to accept a conclusion by making them feel sorry for someone. An example is, my girlfriend broke up with me, so you should give me a better grade. Bandwagon fallacy is when you appeal to the growing popularity of an idea as a reason for accepting that it is true. As students, you will most likely be tempted to use this. Mind you that Tara and most English teachers will notice you using these or any fallacies. So try not to use them. And remember, fallacies can create a lot of problems in your writings. So do your research and give yourself ample time to write your paper. Thesis is a statement or theory that is put forward as a premise to be maintained or proved. Example: pollution is bad for the environment. This is a good thesis because it is undebatable. The definition of pollution is a thing that has harmful or poisonous properties. Body paragraphs should be written using the Meal paragraph format. The Meal plan, main idea, evidence, analysis, and link, is an effective strategy for constructing paragraphs. The Meal plan is also an effective strategy for the writer to employ in the review and revision of each paragraph. The main idea should be clearly articulated in the topic sentence. Each main idea should support the paper's thesis. Your main idea needs support, either in the form of evidence that supports your argument or examples that explain your idea. The analysis asks how your evidence supports your thesis and your main idea. The analysis answers the question, so what? Analysis clearly explains the significance of your evidence. Wrap up the paragraph and either makes a link back to the thesis statement or to the main idea statement. Creating links will help your reader understand the logic and organization of your paper. Grammar is the whole system and structure of a language or of languages in general, usually taken as consisting of syntax and morphology, and sometimes phonology and semantics. Run-on sentences are one common type of grammar error. A run-on sentence is a sentence that joins 2 independent clauses without punctuation or appropriate conjunction. An incorrect use of grammar is, I love to write papers, I would write them every day if I had the time. The correct version would be, I love to write papers. I would write one every day if I had the time. When speaking or writing in the present tense, a sentence must have subjects and verbs that agree in number. If the subject is singular, then the verb must be also, and vice versa. The wrong way to do this is, the recipes is good for beginning chefs. The correct version is, the recipes are good for beginning chefs. Plagiarism is the act of taking someone's work without giving them credit. This is very bad and should be avoided at all costs. Besides being technically illegal, you will get an F, not to mention you might get expelled. So don't do it. But if you need to quote someone, then make sure you credit them by writing where you got said quote in your bibliography, or after the quote. Otherwise just do your own work. I mean, you probably wouldn't like it if someone took credit for your work. So don't do it to someone else. Thank you for listening. Sorry I sound like a robot. Beep boop beep.